Alright, this is Calabos. You're playing Planescape Torment. Now, leveling up. Guess we'll...
Alright.
There's... let's
All right.
out. Alright, so the reason that everything looks weird is
Done.
So the city here is pretty much a giant ring. Like, really a giant ring. Look up correctly. This guy. They showed you a little bit about that. I don't see that they're gonna like a better view. Out of here. Slightly roll. Guard. Guard man. That's just look. Hive dweller. Okay, so burnt out alley southwest if we're looking at trouble.
Maybe I should get that dusty.
I'm hurt. I'm hurt. I'm hurt.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Huh?
I'm hurt. I'm gone.
What? Good is done.
I'm gone.
What's up, Chief?
I'm gone.
Alright. Rusty dagger may be better than jagged knife. Hearing.
What's the word, Chief?
Don't you up the copper?
What's up?
All right.
Yeah? Sure, why not?
I'm gone.
Huh? Sure, why not?
Find any taters. Maybe I could get a dusty.
Talk to him.
I'm gone.
See a tired woman dressed in tight leather bodice and things. The odor of cheap perfume surrounds her like a cloud, and her face is covered with a mask of crude makeup. She smiles as you stay and chat with me. Now, you look to be a blood who's lost something. Maybe I can help you find it, Cutter. Oh, unfortunately, probably lost one. Back of your kit. Actually. About. Pay you how much for handsome basher like yourself? 3 coppers be enough to lose. Tell me about the city. What is it? Vigil, you mean? City beneath your feet and rise into either side of you. Make your stomach gallop, it does. Or exactly. Of the plains. You're told to believe that much. Why is it why? Well now, love, according to graybeards and scholars and governors and all the rest of them rattling their brain boxes, they say the plains go on forever. Say where the center is. Question. What's of interest around here? Depends on your interest. For work. You asking me? Think of becoming one of the sisterhood, are you? She nearly buckles over in laughter. Screeching is similar to a drunken harpy. Eventually the gales of laughter subside and she takes a deep breath. You're a rich man, are you? You're a rich man, you are. Other questions? Looking for Farod. That's one of the greater darks, love. Wanting to know about that blood. That'll be thrice the coppers of normal asking. Chant is he's a collector boss. Whole bunch of bloods in his shadow. Where can I find him? Now no one knows for dead sure, but if I were to suggest a place, love, I'd say Ragpicker Square. Big heap of rags and trash 3 blocks due west of the mortuary. All the collectors dig their kip there. Chances are Pharaoh's got his kip there too. Journal. Questions. I think that's it. It's twice the cost for the mimer or any other degenerate. Talking encyclopedia, that's... I see, well... Let's just get out of here.
All started crowd to be telling his copper about now.
Or so west.
What?
All right.
Lower. Bane Cinder. Got a name. Let's talk to you. Bane Sindar. You see a heavy-set man with sharp features and a pained expression. Despite his huge frame, however, he has an effeminate look about him, and like the other residents you've seen who bathed recently. As you approach, he looks up hopefully and calls out in a high voice, Craddock, good sir. Bane Cinder. His hopeful expression dies as he said to your face. 1,000 apologies, good sir, if I have given offense. I am called Bane the Sender, third child to die Bane the Sender. I am one of the many runners in the employ of the House of Senders. No apologies necessary, Bane. What do you want? 1,000 apologies for troubling you with such a trivial matter, but I seek Craddock, an overseer in the hive. Bane looks as if he's in pain, but alas, he eludes me. Looks at you hopefully again. Could you be you've heard such a man? I'm sorry, I haven't. It gives a deep sigh. I'm bound to deliver a message to him. And as yet, fortune has not chosen to favor me. Might be able to find him and deliver your message for a price. Bane's? No, that's weird. It's bad grammar. Lights up like a lantern. Of course, good sir. If you can find this Craddock and pass along this message, I shall pay you for your troubles. Alright, what's the message? Bane recites the message almost like a mantra. The shipment must be in the curse by the third day or there will be a penalty. Bane frowns. I'm told that Craddock will know of the shipment to which the message pertains. If I see Craddock, I will pass along the message. Is there anything you can tell me about him before I go that might help me find him? He's said to be a giant of a man, stern of features, that he is an overseer in one of the hive marketplaces. Alas, I know little else than that, good sir. I see, that's enough to go on for now. Bane bows. Thank you, good sir. Should fortune favor you and you are able to bear the message to Craddock, be so kind as to return and tell me of it. I will see your efforts are rewarded. Very well. Farewell, Bane.
Updated my journal.
Find any natives. Maybe I could gut a Dusty.
More dustmen.
Done. I'm gone.
Davis. Got a name? A tall creature with a shock of white hair. Its skin has a greenish cast. A pair of goat horns protrudes from the forehead. It is dressed in long flowing robes and appears to be floating slightly above the ground. Greetings. The creature turns to face you and a series of symbols appears around its head. Symbols of a slight glow about them and they just are there. Oh, for the power's sake, Viking Davos, wrong. Davos, they speak in rebuses, those annoying word puzzles. If you don't know what he's saying, then we better find a native and some other way to communicate with him. If we want to. Annoying bunch. I bet they can speak. They would just rather piss everybody else off by trying to puzzle out what they're saying. What's a Davos? Ant is they're janitors for the Lady of Pain. They float around breaking, fixing, and patching up sigil according to her whims. They're worse than corpse flies. Quart size. You can't swat them though, or the lady will get upset. Lady of Pain? Who's that? She runs the city. You'll know if you see her. She's got these blades around her face. She's about the size of a giant and she floats off the ground, just like these guys. Port nods at the Davos who's looking at you both. Nobody knows much about her. She doesn't speak much. All you need to know is that you don't want to make her angry. You see her? My advice? Run. I see. Davos waits patiently. Hands tucked into its sleeves. A series of symbols materializes above its head and then they vanish in a question mark appears. Let's try and strike up a conversation. You ask the Davos several questions trying to get a feel for the rebuses that appear above its head. Extremely patient throughout your discussion, giving you easy sentences to translate. After a few minutes, you start to get the hang of it. It feels like you've done this before. Maybe you can help me. Are you? He hides his head slightly and a stream of symbols appears above his head. I am a Davos. What are you doing? I attend to my duties. Tell me about the Lady of Pain. One shows a metallic female mask with blades coming out. Eyes just looking ghostly, which makes you uncomfortable. Okay. So we can now speak to Davos. Ish.
Done.
Okay. Ingress. Let's talk to you. Ooh, ooh. Back, go back, go back. You see a haggard woman wrapped in rags. Her hair is disheveled and dirty, and her complexion is extremely dark. Burns cover her arms, and her right hand is a lump of flesh. It looks melted, like wax exposed to great heat.
Updated my journal.
Greetings. What is it you want of me? The woman's accent is thick, and you are having difficulty making out what she's saying. You want me to leave? Not leaving the city, so I'm not. I can't. I tried. It's not a city. Prisoned everywhere. Everywhere? There's worlds. There's... Her eyes gleam madly. Plains that be sinking sands. Fields thirsty nettles be. Sightless worlds where your limbs are given life and hate. Cities of dust whose people are dust and whispered ash. The house without doors, the twilight lands, the singing winds. Singing winds starts to sob quietly, but seems all out of tears in the shadows. Terrible shadows. Where are these places? Where's them, these places? Flings the lump of her hand in an arc, gesturing at the sea. There, all here be doors. Doors here to everywhere. Doors. You not be knowing this? Squints at you and her teeth start chattering. Tell you I will. Beware every space you walk through or touch in this thrice cursed city. Doors, gates, arches, windows, picture frames, open mouth of a statue, spaces between shelves. Beware. Any space bounded on all sides. All these are doors to other places. Every door has a key, it does, and this key they show their true nature. An arch becomes a portal, a picture frame becomes a portal, a window becomes a portal, all eager to take you someplace else. They steal you away. She raises the lump of her right hand. Sometimes what's on the other side takes a part of you as life. What are these keys? The keys, the number of as many as the doors of the city. Every door a key, every key a door. Her teeth start chattering again as if she's cold. Is anything, maybe an emotion, an iron nail held between second and the fingers. Thought 3 times, and thought once in reverse, or maybe a classroom. These are all keys that open these doors.
Updated my journal.
Yes. Her teeth start chattering and she clenches her mouth to close and squints her eyes. Yes. Can't leave. Can't leave.
Updated my journal.
She seems to calm slightly and her eyes take on 1,000-league stare. I'm from a place else from here almost a life ago. I'm doomed by a glade with 2 dead trees that have fallen together. A brilliant door opened in the space between the cross trees. Showed me the city on the other side. I stepped through this portal. I stepped through, ended here. Why can't you go back? Tried. All doors here lead to other places. Fetters and grips her melted right hand. Went through thrice 10 portals, some of purpose, some of accident. None of them right. Can't find my way back. There must be a portal that can take you back. Can't even leave here, the square. There, the place of death behind the gate waits for me. Points at the mortuary behind the gate, then turns back to you, face desperate. Can't go anywhere in the city. Can't go anywhere? What do you mean? Anything could be a door. Any arch there, any door here could be a portal. Don't know the key, could get us sent to some other horrible place. Her teeth start chattering again. I have to stay away from the closed spaces. All could be doors. Could have a key on me and I not knowing it. You're afraid to go through any door or arch because it might be a portal? She nods, her teeth chattering. How long have you been afraid of this? Last time I walked through the last portal, the place where my hand The 10th turning. I'm in my 4th 10th turning now. Her teeth begin chattering again. 30 years? You haven't walked through any door for 30 years? Vision seems to clear slightly. She looks at you, her teeth still chattering. Got here, then there must be a portal that can take you back. It's only a matter of finding it. She smiles. Her teeth aren't chattering because they're old. They're moving around inside her mouth, her gums twisting as the teeth drift about. They rise and recede as you watch, chattering as they battle against each other. Only takes one portal you step through by accident to drive the fear into. I went through thrice 10. Lost my hand, burned my flesh, and lost my sense. Looks at her feet. No more, no more. I'm sorry. If I can find some means to help you, I will. Farewell.
Updated my journal.
Alright. Hive Thug. Don't want a Hive Thug right now, because... Yep. Can't go up, Billy. Head down-ish. Go this way. Out.
Hey, Cutter! Come here! Come on in and sleep it off! Have a good one!
Or Furin. Every inch of this man's skin is covered in a web of black lines. Some artist chose to accentuate every crease in his flesh with a quill pen. The overall effect is such that even when his face shows no expression, it appears to be frowning. Greetings. This one has a name. This one is called Porphyron. The man's voice is like a gong. As he speaks, the lines on his face bend and settle into series of spherical patterns. One would know. Why do you address this one? I wanted to ask you some questions about the city. This one would have you know. This one cannot answer your question. Lines on his face twist into angles, but into massive squiggles. This one has only recently stepped foot into this place of walls. Alright then. I have to ask you, why do those lines on your face? The lines show anger. Do you take offense? The lines fully straighten up, forming into gentle curves. No offense, Miss. You accept the many apologies of this one? No offense taken. Why are you angry? This one tells of event recent. You know that this one was beset by 3? The 3 demanded an item of this one. This one feared an attack. This one too. This one surrendered the item. So he was robbed. Well, you're right to be afraid. If there were 3, then they might have killed you had you not given up the item. This one has been misunderstood. The lines on his face became angled and smooth into curves again. One did not fear being killed. One feared killing the 3. So if you could have killed them, why did you let them rob you? This one walks the path of a warrior. Many weapons have walked with this one. The fist, the blade, the stave, the hatchet, the smiter. These tools are all known to this one. That's not much of an explanation. Again, if you're a warrior with that much training, why do you let them rob you? Fair point. This one is forbidden to attack. If this one had struck at the 3 in anger, the vow of non-violence would be unmade. You're a warrior and a pacifist. One is unfamiliar with your speech. What is this pacifist? Remind, why did you train so much if you are not permitted to attack another? This one is of the order of the Erit Agay. We wait the final days when all will be called to battle. The training and the skills of this one there to be kept silent until then. In the meantime, you will let yourself be robbed in the street without defending yourself? This one will clarify. The item is of value. The discipline, the Erit Agay's Erit Ag is of greater value. Since you won't fight, any chance you could talk these thieves into returning your item? This one addresses the 3 thieves. What happens? The requests of this one are met with scorn. 3 will not return the item. Not necessarily interested in weapon training.
All right.
Go back through it and Alright then, what is this item that you've lost? A rope of black and red prayer beads worn around the neck. The worth of these beads is not measured in copper. The worth of these beads is measured in faith. Right then, I'll see if I can find this necklace. Do you know where these 3 thugs might be? By the bar that burns inside. The 3 were outside the place dressed in black and red. Ooh. That's another organization. I forget what the organization is called. 3 robbers dressed in red and black. They're like fighters or something. Yeah. Outside a bar that burns on the inside. That can't be too hard to find. Farewell.
Updated my journal.
Come on in here. You want to sleep outside? It's cold out here. Come on inside. We got a warm bed.
So let's call the episode here.
Got place for you to stay. Come inside. You live long
Seems
enough.
like a good place. We're at
We got
26
warm beds
minutes.
in here, Connor. Come on in.
But yeah,
Hey, Connor.
I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, leave me a like. If you didn't, don't. Simple as that.
We got warm beds in here, Connor. Come on in.
All right.
Hey, Connor.
Have a good night.